Well, here we go again. We're going to take this 2.5 naturally aspirated out. This time I'm going to take off this front slam panel, so the first thing to do is disconnect the battery. So once we've done that, panel off, radiator out, hoses off. Now, talking about hoses, I've got a little gizmo that I've found that might be interesting for you. Now, this is something that I bought the other day. It was a little drill thing. It was on special offer. It was $40. Now, I'll tell you a little story because I got another one off Amazon which was better than this. This is a Canadian Tire one. Unfortunately, it wouldn't switch on, so I sent it back. So I thought I'd give this one a little go because it takes these little quarter drive hexes. So what? But when you're doing a lot of hoses, this is great, because look, we should be able to spin hose clips off, and I always put them back on the hose like that. Now, the one I have been using, this one here, it's a bit cumbersome, but also at the same time it's a bit too torquey, so sometimes you can strip the hose clips off. But I think it's a good little tool. I'm kind of impressed, you know. But I just thought it would be an idea because it is a nice little nifty thing. Because, like I say, I'm not promoting it. I'm just showing you what it is. But you can turn it around like that and use it as a screwdriver. And it's got a light in the front and a light in the back. $40. I thought it was all right. Rechargeable. Nice, eh? Right, morning all, Monday morning. Didn't do much this weekend, more paperwork to do, so I just thought I'd get a jump on that this morning. Last week I took all the nuts and bolts out of this engine, and I'm going to lift it out. What a pain in the arse. I know why I don't like these 2.5s and 2.5s. Give me a 300 TDI any day. I could have had the bloody thing in and out 3 times by the time I messed about getting this one out. What a carry on. And all the bolts are sort of inaccessible. They really thought the 300 TDI out for getting it in and out pretty quick and servicing it. Now, I'm going to use my lift here. I can just to say get it in. And people wanted to know about my operation. Not my operation, but my operation for lifting it up and down. And it's just a simple air oil pump. That's all it is. Now, this cylinder I got off JP, and it is just basically a hydraulic cylinder with holes that go through, you know, the ends. There's no, how do we say, there's no knuckles or anything like that on it. It's just a pin with a hole in it, here and down at the bottom. It's very simple. JP let me have it for $100 because he had no use for it. And it's really handy. Now, I'm going to take the camera off and I'm going to show you around this engine how to get it out. There is precious little room at the back to get your engine crane in, you know, to get your balance beam in. You know, the mounting's way down here. There's a myriad of pipes and things to take off. Getting the throttle cable off was an absolute nightmare because you've got to take this little bolt off here, take the lever off so you can push this down, back off the cable so you can get the pin out, and somebody put the pin in from the back so that you couldn't get it out of here. What a crazy idea. Everything's very tight. You know what I'm trying to say? It's tight. Now, I've got the engine mounts off the bottom. I suspect when I start to take this off, and I've had to take a great load of pipes off here because they were in the way. Yeah, I suspect I'm going to have trouble taking this out because, let's have a look around here. This has got power steering on it, and I had to take the power steering and alternator bracket off because by the time it was all assembled it was going to hit here, and yeah, I wasn't really sure, so I've got to take it off and swap it onto the other engine anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't really want to disturb all that lot if I can. Down here I've got the engine mounts off here, but I've also started to slacken off the mounts, the bolts here, so I can get all this lot out. I don't know what they've done this here for. They've put this bracket seems to be behind this engine mount, but I don't know if it's a modification or what. The exhaust pipe is a right pain in the ass because unlike a 300 TDI where you can get it out from under the car, this you can't. You've got to take the cross member out because it's so damn long and there's no room to drop it and tip it. Pain. It really is a pain, this thing. But anyway, we've had it running so Guillaume can see it running. So today's task is to lift this up, get it out if possible, and I'm going to push this car back because we need to do some other work on it. I've got to build the engine up, but I've got some other things to do, and I need my lift because I need to repair a hole in my exhaust in my Yaris for winter. So it's all go. Yeah, bell housing bolts are all off, grounds are all off, power cables are off. Oh, I noticed when we got this starter off it, look at that medieval old bastard thing, look at that. Bloody hell, I think Noah used one of them on his ark. That's probably why it was slow, because these were never the fastest of starters. The Bosch starter with the gear reduction was a lot better. Yeah, so it should be alright. Yeah, let's hope we can get it out. But like I say, there you can see down there, the mounting bolts are off the rubber, but Land Rover in their infinite wisdom never allowed a slot in the top, only in the bottom. So you're right on the edge of getting that mounting out. So like I say, I've backed off this bolt here, and so that if we have to take the mounting off to swing the engine side to side to get it out, well, so be it. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Can you see? Nah, that's better. Right, let's lift it up a bit. Bring it up, Scotty. Oh, another thing I noticed, before we lift it up and use the air over oil, on here there's a little quadrant that's adjustable with a nut on here, and I think that was my problem why it went down so fast. I think by playing around with this today we can get this so it'll lower very slowly. That's what it must be for. You've never told me that. Firing. You're fired. Right, here we go. Violently. Oh, sorry, you didn't see that, did you? I got the engine banks out. Oh, come here and have a look. You see, they put a slot at the bottom, but they don't put a slot at the top, even though the engine's got nowhere to go. Anyway, let's put this back on and let's see what we get. Right, let's see if this lowers down nicely. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Right, we need a pry bar. Try and pry the bell housing bolts off, and this is where you find out you've left one in. Now you have to take this is another thing I don't like about these. You have to take the floor out to get to the bell housing bolts on these. And you know the bolts are usually rusty. Fortunately these all came out. But you've got to sort of, there's such rubbish all on the back. You just don't want to take all the filters off and this, that and the other. I'm sure lots of people have done it before, but I just don't like doing it. A little bit higher. Yeah, got to be a right bar steward to get in and out. I'll put back in there. I may require an extra pair of hands, so I can't see what I'm doing. Tell you what, let's lift it with the balance beam. Yeah, we're going to have full alive putting this in. This is one of those engines that we need those long guide studs in to ease it in, and then we can take them out from the inside, because if there's a spline to line up and the ring of bolts, it's a problem. Oh, so you need somebody to pull on this while you're windingling it around. It's not that easy. How does it all go up or down? The thing is, you can't see where the hell you want to be. The engine wants tipping up at the front. Oh, now it's decided to go back in. Hey, we're out. forward a bit. Oh, Jesus. I never saw that. There's the breathers. Oh, man. I couldn't see the breathers. The breathers have been fastened on with a clip at the back, which is fastened to the engine mount, the mounting eye. So get rid of them. Oh, crying out loud! I've trapped the bloody engine lift around the heater pipes. Oh. Now what have I got to do? Oh, shit. What a cracker's idea this is. Yeah, I never saw it because it's so compact and right tight to the back. I never saw that. I've trapped the pipes in the hook. Like a demented monkey. Right. You're going to come out now. I don't want to come out. You are. That's why you don't take engines out and rab them out, you know what I mean? You don't just pull them out. Not at the scrap yard. Right, what else have we got on here? What on earth is that there at the back? That looks interesting, let's get it out. Now the bloody oil pipes are pissing oil out. Right, let's try that again. It's not only Bob Geldof who didn't like Mondays, you know. Oh, no. Right, let's get this out. I've got this great big pallet of pellets, so I'm desperately running out of space again. Right. And I can't do a tracking on here, so that's alright. So let's have a look. See what we've got. Now, is it... Oh, gee, I can't never do this. I'm getting really fed up with moving cameras everywhere with it. I had great success with that clutch fix clutch from the UK. Now I'm going to put a video together hopefully today, because I've been testing the pressures of this one, my Yaris, Bobby's white one, and we're also going to do the 130 of mine to see the difference. And the clutch fix one was a real surprise. You'd like it. I know I keep banging on about it. Now what on earth have they done here? It looks like that plug's leaked, and they've made some sort of device with a piece of rubber. Yeah, well, we can fix that because we've got some core plugs for it now. So what am I going to do now? Like I say, Guillaume's having this motor, but I've got to work out what bits we actually need to keep. I don't think we need anything. It's very oily inside. You know, it's very oily. This one might just need an oil seal. It's yeah, it's oily, isn't it? Anyway, that's not our problem. You just got to clean out the bell housing. I see he's got one of those clutch forks on that's not mine. These horrible ones. Tell you what, I'll let this down before we do ourselves a mischief. Now let's see now how this goes down. Ready? Because the other one, oh, I better pull this out further because it's going to go forward. Other way. Oh, that's a lot better. Look at that, just adjusting it. Because it went really sharp before, eh? Oh, I like that there. Why didn't I do this years ago? Because it didn't have a pump. Now I've got to take this engine outside. I've got to cover it over until Guillaume comes down. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this clutch fork. Yeah, this one hasn't been on all that long, but it's one of those with the welded on plate that's supposed to be heavy duty, and all it actually does is when the actual fork pushes, the ball pushes through here, you got a bit of extra life because this plate keeps it in line, but all the time it's getting stronger and stronger for friction. Yeah, why I was saying about putting some guide studs in these engines. You take a couple of studs out here and here, and when you guide your engine in, it's going to line up. It's maybe even wise to put 3 in, and then you can adjust your balance beam and rotation just to get it right. Because if you the way these are designed, you're fighting on the studs and on the spline at the same time. It's nice to have one or the other. You know what I mean? I have known people just take all those studs out and just put bolts in. That's easy, isn't it? That's cheating. Right, so now we can get the exhaust pipe out. See what I mean? There's no joint in it. This is really tight to the chassis, so that's out. All we need now is a TDI. So in the next, okay, I want one of them tracking things so the camera can follow me around all the time. So the next thing we're going to do, like I say, we're going to take this car out, get this engine out, get it all wrapped in plastic, ready for Guillaume to come and pick up. Put it on a pallet wrap it, and then we'll bring this car in, because I can get a head start now on fitting the air conditioning. He wants air conditioning fit into this, and I'm not sure about the kit, where we're going to have to drill the bulkhead to put the panel on underneath. That could be fun, but we'll do that as a separate video. See you later.